Welcome back to the Freedom Equation, where clarity replaces confusion and truth replaces noise. Each episode is a key to unlock something most people overlook, not because it's hidden, but because it's uncomfortable. Today's episode is about transformation, not behavior change, but identity change. Because if you don't change how you see yourself, nothing else you do will stick. Let me ask you something. When you imagine your best self, the person you wish you were, what do they look like? How do they move, speak, live? Now tell me this. Why aren't you being that person right now? Most people think change is about effort, discipline, willpower. But the truth is, you don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your identity. So today we're going deep into the hidden story you tell yourself and how to rewrite it. Section 1. The Power of Self-Image. In the 1960s, a plastic surgeon named Dr. Maxwell Maltz noticed something strange. Some patients after surgery would still see the old version of themselves in the mirror, even when the scar was gone, the nose fixed, the face completely transformed. Why? Because their outer image had changed, but their inner image had not. That's when he realized we live from the inside out. You act like the person you believe you are. And if you try to change your habits, your career, or your body without changing your identity, your old self will quietly sabotage it. He called this inner blueprint your self-image. And unless you rewire it, you'll keep getting the same results. Section 2. Why action isn't enough. Most people set goals like this. I want to lose weight. I want to be rich. I want to wake up early. I want to be confident. But listen carefully. There's a dangerous assumption hiding inside every one of those goals, that you're not already that person. So every action you take feels like swimming upstream, like forcing yourself to be something you're not. James Clear explains it this way. Every habit is an election for the identity you want. If you wake up early, you're casting a vote for I'm a disciplined person. If you skip the gym, you're voting for I'm someone who quits. But here's the catch. Most people are still trying to act like someone they don't believe they are. So no matter how hard they try, they keep getting pulled back because behavior that doesn't match identity is temporary. Let me tell you a story. There was a man who told himself he was a failure, not because he wanted to, but because it had been whispered to him since childhood, by teachers, by parents, by life. Even when he succeeded, he downplayed it. Even when others admired him, he felt like a fraud. He wore success like a borrowed coat and always waited for someone to take it away. What he didn't realize was that his prison wasn't made of walls. It was made of words, the quiet story playing in his head. And until he changed the story, he'd keep reliving the same ending. Here's the point. Every one of us wears a mask. The question is, who put it there? And when was the last time you looked in the mirror without it? Section 4. The path to identity shift. So how do you become the person you secretly admire? Not by faking it, and not by forcing it. Here's the process. Slow, deliberate, true. Step 1. Define the identity. Be specific. Not, I want to be better, but I am a disciplined man. I am a kind woman. I am an artist who shows up. I am a leader who listens. Say it, write it, own it. Step 2. Act as if it's true right now. Not when you feel ready, now. Even if it feels fake. Especially if it feels fake. That's just your brain resisting change. Step 3. Let action rewire belief. Your brain is always watching. It doesn't believe what you say. It believes what you repeat. Do the reps. Show up again. And slowly, your identity shifts. Not through effort, but through alignment. Section 5. Breaking the habit of being yourself. Dr. Joe Dispenza says it beautifully. To change is to stop being the old self. But here's what that really means. It means being willing to let go of the stories you tell to stay small, the excuses you use to feel safe, the identity you inherited instead of chose. You are not your past. You are not your trauma. You are not your worst day. You are what you choose now. Not later, not when it's perfect, now. Every thought, every breath, every action is a signal to the mind. This is who I am becoming. So stop rehearsing your old self and start remembering the future version of you, the one that's already in there, waiting to be invited forward. Closing reflection. Here's the truth. The person you're pretending to be might actually be your real self, but you've been scared to claim it. So you hide behind hesitation, you stall, you doubt. But what if today you simply stopped? Stopped hiding, stopped waiting, stopped telling yourself the old story, and said, "This is who I am now, and I will act like it until I believe it." Because the world doesn't need more effort. It needs more alignment, more courage, more truth. Call to action. If this episode spoke to you, don't just feel it, live it. Write down the identity you're choosing right now. No fluff, no delay. And take one small action today that proves it's already true. Then come back next week. We're just getting started. This was the Freedom Equation. If this message helped you realign with who you really are, hit subscribe and share it with someone still stuck in their old self. Each week, we go deeper. Each episode builds on the last. Because freedom isn't a destination, it's an identity, one choice at a time. See you in episode 3.